Welcome to Advent of Code, Day 1. We need to help the chief historian find location IDs and similarity scores. Our puzzle input is a string representing two lists of numbers. To parse it, let's split the string into lines. Now reduce these lines into an accumulator that consists of two arrays. For each line, we first check for content. We only want to run our parsing code if the line has values. To extract the numbers from the line string, we'll use this regex. It checks first for a group of digits, separated by any number of spaces, then another group of digits. We extract the group outputs, then map them to numbers and assign them to L and R. The first comma lets us throw away extra info from the exec function, which we don't need here. After that, add L and R to their respective lists and return both as the new accumulator value. Repeat this process for each line. Since line 7 is blank, our check considers it falsy, and we can ignore it. Now we have the two lists of numbers in a format we can use. For the purposes of this video, I'll keep them arranged vertically. For part 1, I'll also color them blue for left, red for right, and give them a gradient based on their value. First, we need to sort the lists in ascending order. In JavaScript, you can do that by subtracting B from A in the default sort function. As a side note, keep in mind that JavaScript's sort method modifies the original array as well. In real applications, it may be better to use an immutable sort. After this, iterate through the lists and find the difference between the number pairs at each index. Make sure to get the absolute value here, since the left number may be higher than the right number. Sum these differences for the answer. I have a util function I'm using here, but any summing method will work. For part 2, I'll again color the lists, but we can ignore their relative values this time. First, we instantiate a map to keep track of how many times we see a specific value. By iterating through the right list and adding 1 to the existing count for each value, we can determine the total number of times each value exists in the right list. Then we multiply each number in the left list by the number of times we saw it in the right list, or 0 if we never saw it. This leaves us with a list of products, which we can then sum for the answer to part 2. If you want an easy runner setup for Advent of Code in TypeScript, check out my seed project on GitHub. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments if you found these animations helpful.